Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus giving you guys more than the meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and show you basically an offensive playbook that I've been using online, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In particular, I've got a mega scheme that I built out of the two tight end set in the Bucs playbook, but I'm also going to be featuring the Vikings defense in this scheme too, because this is a defensive playbook that I jumped into. So you're going to see some gameplay on both sides of the field, which is usually do a lot of defense, but I'll show you offense too and what I'm looking at. Guys, I want to let you know that this opponent is not good. He's not a good player. He was just throwing balls into coverage, not making good reads. So I just want to kind of give you a heads up on that with this. So initially I figured out, I want to play defense. I'm just going to go ahead and just play a cover 4 defense against this guy. You know, show the blitz look to him and see how he responds to it, because it's kind of a heavy set. User this one defender right here, Smith, with the anticipation he's going to run the ball. He actually hits me with play action, and he's just got basically kind of a simple like crossover, a little hitch, and then I think he's got like a cross and a dig behind it. And I'm just playing cover 4 with all my zone drops, just dropping into the zones. As you can see, he actually takes off, and I think what I did is right here actually, he actually dropped it down right in front of my defender. My defender did not do anything, didn't even play that ball whatsoever, and he's able to go to get a little completion right there and pick up 8 yards. So now he jumps into a tight formation, shotgun formation. I'm going ahead and using the odd blitz. One thing I did notice in cutting and editing this video is this guy's offensive line was picking up a blitz that typically was coming in previously. So I don't know if there's a patch in the game that took this away, but this guy should typically not get picked up. And his offensive line was picking up. It was giving him plenty of time to go ahead and check things down. So right there, little mesh concept. He actually hits me down underneath with the mesh spot. This guy's running play stock. He's not really showing me anything impressive. Now he goes in an empty set, and once again, I'm going to go ahead and hit this guy with the cover 3 version of it. And what I like to do is the guy that's not blitzing, I like to put him as my free agent. And I always put this guy into the third wide receiver, because there's really nobody who's got coverage responsibility. So I go ahead and set that up right there, and I kind of play over the middle of the box. Try to protect against the seam, because that's kind of the weakness of this defense. If you're not protecting that seam, so let's see if I fall back into that zone. I don't. I actually chase the crossing route to the backside. He actually throws to my other defender right there, and Simpson's able to go and pick this guy off. So just kind of a bad read by him. He should have waited for that route to develop a little bit more, because there was a defender in there. Maybe he just didn't see it, but you're going to see later on in the gameplay, this guy basically didn't make really good reads or progressions at all. So I'm actually on offense, and this is Tampa Bay offense, and I've got a heavy set right here. What I like to do is I like to come out of this set and show my opponent a run. I've got offense basically pass plays and other run plays in this. So I just hit him with the duo right there and just get tackled for a 3-yard gainer. But I want to go ahead and make sure that my opponent understands I'm going to run the ball against him, and he's going to have to be run defense mentality. So he actually shows me pinch bucko. It shows me a man blitz. And typically what I like to do is just to see if the guy mixes things up. I'm going ahead and jump into this play, which is designed to beat man. It's got, you got yourself a man beater right here with this route. This can beat man. This route right here will beat man, especially if it's not a cover 2, it's like a cover 1. And then I've got this little hitch route underneath, which will beat man. Now, he used some pretty aggressive blitzes, so typically what I like to do is throw the hitch as my first read and see if I can get to later progressions. He actually pulls himself out of position. He actually was going out to play the corner, and that's why I like to drop it down to the hitch, because a lot of people just don't think that route is going to stop like that. So I actually get a first down, but yeah, I can see now he's got a pattern. With the way he plays defense, he runs one specific defense and showing me man blitzes. So now I can dial this guy up with a man blitz beater. So I jump into this play. This is an auto motion play. It builds off of a run that actually is a standard play that I use. So it's an auto motion like RPO run. And really what I'm doing is reading this defender right here. And if this guy comes in with this guy, that means it's man coverage. And what that tells me is that this is going to be open. This underneath route will be open, and then I've got this deep post over the top that will be open against any kind of man read. Now if this guy sticks, then I'm going to kind of look for the progressions of these routes over the top. I'll look to this is my 1, this is my 2, and this is my 3 over the middle if the guy sticks and shows me zone. So watch what happens. Go ahead and auto motion. The guy kind of slides over, so now that's my man read, and I know I can hit the corner route on the back side. He actually goes out of this area and actually comes out, and I'd be frank with you, actually watching this video afterwards, I did not see his defender floating in the zone. But I was really looking for this route over the top because the way this guy's blitzing, I wanted to try to hit this guy over with the post. And I do pop him over the post, and Flowers is able to get away from his defender. He actually mistackles me, and I get a touchdown on that particular possession. So up basically a score against this guy. Got a possession back. Now he jumps into empty bunch open. I'm going to go and stick once again with this linebacker cross 3 show 2. It's designed, it should basically get people in, and I think what's going on right now, I might be getting picked up on the blitz because I'm sliding this line off, bunching these guys down, and maybe this blitzer's not getting in. So we're going to watch this offensive line on this play actually pick this blitz up. And once again, if I got a third wide receiver, I'm going to go ahead and man this guy up in a third wide receiver. So right here, go ahead and set up the blitz. The blitz actually comes looping around but gets picked up in that type of situation. And he actually throws, he tries to throw over the middle of the field and actually gets a good throw right there. So that was a good route, good patience right there. I'm not really getting any kind of pressure into this guy's face. So he's pretty much having a field day with this crossfire blitz that we're setting up. So once again, he quick snaps me. This guy's doing a simple, a simple stick concept. So he's got, this guy could stick right here and actually motion. He's got a flat, and then I've actually got a streak. And the way this defense is set up, there should be defenders in the area. He actually drops it down to the flat route. If I had quick enough abilities, I could have clicked onto that and picked it off, but I actually get a knockout animation right there because he actually throws to the flat. So he should have been throwing to the tight end route. That's the better leverage against match or man coverage. So now I think I switched things up. I think I might have ran basically. It looks like I actually jumped into some type of a cover 2 shell. And this guy over here on this side should be a soft squat, but it wasn't getting set up correctly. So right here I actually got this defense set up, and I'm just trying to go and just see if I can get him over the middle of the field. He hits me with a levels concept. So he's got a guy low, and then he's got another guy high. I chase the low guy, and then actually he falls into my passing lane right there and throws the ball right into me. So I'm able to go and get an interception against this guy and just catch him behind the eye ball. So this guy was throwing to my user. I was getting away with actually interceptions. He didn't really make the best reads in this type of situation. So here's the base run play that I like to come out of this twin set. I go ahead and switch into this formation right here, which essentially is just a stick concept, and I find I want to go ahead and take this route and actually give it a little bit more depth, because sometimes this will open up as a good progression, which will pick up a nice chunk of yards for you. I could throw this route, but I've been labbing it lately. His user's right here, but because this little wing route pulls down on stick, this route is my next progression if I feel this is zone coverage, because he'll open up. So I did throw it off to the right side right there, and I'm able to go ahead and pick up another first down following forward with my wide receiver. So now I go ahead and jump into just he's got a kind of a light set right here. He's just got 3 guys on a line. He's got a linebacker, so I think I just jumped into a duo play. And this is a kind of if I see the light box, I'm going to jump into this particular play and see if I can get some running against them. But I want to penalize someone that actually goes into a light defense, and I think I know huddled into this. Now I go and stretch. Love this circular play right here. It gets really glitchy blocking, and all I'm going to do is that these guys usually come up and block. This guy will actually come over and block. He should seal block right here, and this guy should seal block. I should get a pretty good blocking angle off the left, and I do. So look how these guys all block up. So these guys block up, and I got a blocker seal right here. I'm just going to try to go up past that star defender, and right there I'm able to go ahead and fall forward for some yards right there with Henry. So worked out exactly the way I wanted to. He actually jumped into cover 2, I believe. So here's the auto motion. This is a good play that I throw into the scheme. I try to blend it right away. You can see how this guy actually came out. That's showing me once again that this guy is running man coverage against this set. And if it was a passing formation, I know where I want to go with it, but it is a run. That means the box is pretty heavy. Everybody has run fits. They're going to try to come in and take away the runaway. So it's just one of the bad things about doing that. Now I go ahead and jump into another play. I go into this corner play. This is good against like zone coverages or floating coverages. I'm really looking to this tight end the entire route because this route is really glitchy and gets separation. But I think what happens, he got stuck on his route. He got stuck on the defender, got a little bit slow. This guy's actually pressure in my face right there, so I could have took a sack. I think I do get rid of the ball, but that could have been an ugly situation. And the right read was that route off the left. But since this guy kept on just spamming this man blitz against me, I'm going to jump into a man blitz beater. So he never got away from man blitzes, so I'm going to go ahead and run into this play once again and see how the defender slides. See, he's matched up. I've got man read, so I know that this route out here is going to be open for a completion because he's going to get leverage on his defender 90% of the time, and I don't think this guy's doing outside shade. Watch the routes. This defender actually comes down and has to play this route, giving me the corner route right here to basically hit my opponent with just an out corner route, and I turn it up and actually get another touchdown. Now take a look at the score. This is one of the things that, like, you know, just when you're playing games, you have a nice little strategy. When someone's down by 2 scores, you want to try to leverage this against them. So a good thing to do is actually go for 2-point conversion in this type of situation because it makes it a 15-0 game, and it morally just demoralizes somebody if you get another turnover. Typically what they're going to do is they're going to stop. So I'm going to jump into a play that I'm not going to show an opponent to unless I want to get a 2-point conversion or if it's a game-winning situation. I'm going to do this little RPO that I can quickly audible into. Don't give a chance for him to set up any kind of lab or defense, but just pop that little RPO and just getting him to the end zone. So that was why I did that. So up 15-0, autopilot against this guy. He goes into a gun set once again, and I think what I did is I set this up. I don't think I had a really elaborate setup right there. Actually, it's a little crosser right there. Through with the defender. I don't know if he knew that he had leverage on this guy, knew the crosser was going to work. But here I go ahead and decide to switch things up against this guy and actually run cover 4 just to kind of give him just a different look because I've been showing that crossfire. So, you know, the advantage of giving your opponent a different look is that they really can't pick up on your tendencies. And right here actually waited smartly. He actually made a really good decision. He waited for this little crosser to preoccupy these guys. This defender was kind of sitting there right there, and he's able to pop this guy right here. You get a nice little completion and turn it up for a first down. So that was pretty good patience by him. He didn't really make a bad decision on that. But you could see there's really no scheme per se. He's not running the same plays right like that. Now, in this type of situation, anytime I see a tight set, I'm usually expecting people to use mesh against me. And I did think he showed me mesh before. So if that happens, I always like to run cover 3 out of a nickel defense and just play the inside defender. You can see, of course, it's mesh. This is the read right here. This is the guy he needs to go to because this route is actually going to get covered up by this defender. So everything's just kind of getting sit on right now. And you can see right here I actually get a block shed pressure against this defender. I think actually what he did is he actually did have an over route, so he maybe made an adjustment with that over route. But you know, with mesh, I like running a cover 3 hard flats. It pretty much bottles it up for the most part, and most players don't know what to do with it because the progressions take really long. So now he goes into a trip set. Once again, my wild card defender, whoever's not blitzing in, I'm going to man that guy up right here, and that's going to take away any kind of crossing route or out route and all that kind of stuff. My responsibility with this defense is just to play the middle seam and protect any guy going over the middle of the field. If the running back, you know, comes out and goes to the flat seam should actually protect against that because that's the number 2 wide receiver. So right here, just looking for any kind of crossing routes. He actually throws to a flat. My defender just dumbs out, doesn't play it correctly. I get him into a 3rd and inches. So he actually goes ahead. I decide, okay, I'm going to show this guy some type of a blitz. I'm going to use hard flats out there. He actually throws to the flat. This guy should get tackled. This guy's coming down. He should tackle this guy. He's playing hard flats. Look what happens. Misses, whiffs. I pull myself out of position, and there's nobody back here. So because this guy whiffed, I gave up a touchdown against this guy. So Not a very good situation. That guy was playing hard flats. He should have been in the flats to play that. And unfortunately, I gave up a touchdown on that. So I left this guy back in the game. I figured he'd try to come back to the same concept again, so I decided to go with cover 2. But this time, I got guys playing sticks. So my hook zones are all playing. They're playing the goal line and saying, hey, if you want to go ahead and get the ball in the end zone, you're gonna have to throw it in the back of the end zone. He tries throwing right here into a hard flat. I pick it off with Humphreys, and nobody's around, man. So what happened is that could have been basically a situation where he could have got himself 2 points back, but I actually took the other 2 points the other direction. So that was a very good situation. So up 17-6 against this guy. Got the ball. If I score a touchdown against this guy, pretty much this game's over with. He has a light box, so I decided to go into basically the tackle trap play. Really good play. No huddle into it once again. Back into the tackle trap. He actually switches up his line, bunches up his line a little bit, gets picked up a little bit right there, but I'm able to go and pick up some more yards, and he actually takes a timeout. So I think he basically stopped. He didn't want to stay in that defense. So now we're in a situation where I'm thinking about chewing up the clock, but I'm seeing cover 3 coverage against him, and I want to see if I can get past this guy and actually hit him for a TD over the top. Now here's the thing I've noticed with playing with the Ravens. For some reason I always get pressure in my face before I can get this ball off to this big touchdown opportunity. So what I've been forced to do is actually block this route, and I have a nice little route combination right here with this little hitch route, which is really good against cover 3 and zone coverages, match coverages, where I can progress this. But I'm looking for this route right here. So I've got to block up my running back to give myself some more time. Other quarterbacks will be able to make that throw, but I've been seeing that Jackson can't, and it's a little bit frustrating when you play with a team like that. You can see I finally get a block right here. This guy actually holds on to it, and I've got some more protection with it, and I'm able to go and throw the ball up. I just lob it up right there, and Flowers is able to come down with it and actually get the ball in the end zone. So up by another score, quick score against this guy, shoot up a little clock against him. He jumps back into empty again. I'm going to go ahead, and I think what I did is I play around with my defenses. I'm going to go into the 1-4 and play the double safeties go, and then I'm going to drop people down into coverage and kind of make adjustments from there. So I'm setting this up once again. I jump into this cover 2 version of this formation, and I get stuck on this guy. It's not what I wanted to do. And you can see pretty much the pressure. There's no pressure going on right now, but I'm actually throws into a passing lane of 3 defenders. So you can see this thing, like his decision making becomes very sloppy now, knowing he's down 24-6, and I can pop and score anytime I want of this guy. So that was a little frustrating for him. I decided to go ahead and go into cover 4 because I think that this guy's is pressing, and he's most likely going to try to throw things up. Jump into cover 4. He sees the seam right here, but this dude is right here to go and get into the passing lane. Picks him off right there. He throws the ball a little bit late, and I'm able to go ahead and get an interception right there and get the ball down to the 20-yard line right there, or 17-yard line. So he ends up quitting out. I think this is where he just checks out. He's just like, I can't play this guy. But I want to kind of show you, my offense and my defense and how my mentality is. So I hope that you guys like that. If you want more information about how I run my Tampa Bay playbook, go ahead and check out my Patreon down in the notes. So once again, thanks for your support, guys. Until next time.